Hello and welcome to the Unite Podcast. You are about to listen to another part of the Does It Really Matter series by Pastor Jeremy Moyer. For anybody that would like to come to Unite sometime, make sure you come on down to Victory Church Greenfield Campus at 1827 Freedom Road, Lancaster, PA 17601, or email Pastor Jeremy at jmoyer@victorychurch.ws. And without further ado, here is today's message.
Guys, first thing I'm about to say about dating, and you guys should know this is actually being sent to a bunch of your parents tonight. So, a lot of your parents asked if they could have copies of tonight's message since we're talking about dating, because they want to know what I'm telling you. So here's the first thing I'm going to say. This is chalk one up for the teenagers. Dating's awesome. I guess I'm the only one who thinks that. Literally, I say dating's awesome and no one cheers at all. Okay, I'm sorry, sweet. Dating is sweetly awesome. Thank you. Guys, I'm putting my neck out there for you. You got to help me out a little bit, okay? I remember Arden and I's one of our very first dates. Some of you guys know the story of how we met from the U Awards 2 years ago. Can I get your number? That's kind of what I said. On one of Arden and I's first dates, we went to Mount Gretna, okay? And I remember it like it was yesterday. We were like up at Mount Gretna. It was the middle of summer. We swam out to one of the floating docks. How many of you guys been to Mount Gretna? We swam at one of the floating docks, and we're just laying there, sun toasting. It's awesome. We're laying there, and we're just laying on our backs, looking at the sky, talking about life, talking about the future, talking about our stories, our history, talking about what we've been through, what we've learned, talking about what our goals are in life. It was awesome. And it was one of those things that just your heart beats faster when you're around them, and like you just get, some people get like clammy hands. Thankfully, I don't get clammy hands. That would not be fun. But when you're around that person that you're either dating or you wish you were dating, the whole environment just changes. And pretty easily, they become all you notice, all you care about, all you think about, what else could you be? I don't know. All you eat about. Well, if you're trying to gain weight or lose weight, I guess that would count, but dating is awesome. The only thing in life I've found out in relationships that's better than dating is getting married. And I'll tell you what, dating was incredible for me, and I loved every moment of it. Getting married, it's like the big leagues, man. It's a whole new level of incredible, awesome, out of this world. You'll never be the same again once you take that leap of faith and say, I'm going to marry this person. I'm going to commit the rest of my life to this person. Rock your world, man. It's an awesome, awesome experience. Here's a slide I want you to share with you guys. I found this. I like it a lot. When someone comes into your life, God sent them for a reason, either to learn from them or to be with them till the end. I thought it was really cool. Guys, all these slides, we're going to put these up on our Facebook wall at Unite's Facebook. So you guys, if you want to share these or put them up on your Facebook wall, you can do that, especially that dating your ex one, which was kind of funny. But the truth of the matter is this, guys. As awesome as dating is, and as incredible as it can be, and as fun and exciting, dating can also be the worst, most awful, drama-filled, tear your heart apart experience if you do it wrong. Anyone agree with that? I'm telling you, dating is these two horrible opposite ends of the spectrum. Over here, it's like cloud 9, seventh heaven. It can't get any better than this. Then over here, it's like the bottom of the toilet bowl when you got diarrhea. The bottom. Not the stuff that floats to the top, but the sinkers that stay down there real low. Nasty. That's what dating can sometimes be like. Any of you guys who have gone through that, you know what I'm talking about. It's not cool. It's not cool. And on top of that, if you guys have been there, I want you to imagine what divorce must feel like. It's not only are you saying, you know what, you and me are kind of hanging out, let's not hang out anymore, but now you're saying to someone, I committed my life to you, but I'm just going to walk away. So as awesome as dating can be, and as incredible as marriage can be, if done wrong and done without God at the center, the opposite is true, and dating can be literally as close as you ever want to get to hell. It'll be as close as you ever want to get to experiencing the worst turmoil and frustration of your life, if done wrong. If done wrong. My goal tonight, guys, isn't to tell you not to date or to date, because my goal is that some of you at some point in your life will date someone. I hope that's true. You'll date someone because you're all pretty awesome people. You should all have a good, awesome future ahead of you. My goal is to say, hey, tonight, how can I help you as you navigate through the whole dating experience? Here's the next dating tip for you guys that I found online today. When he says he loves you, but chooses to flirt with another girl, so you decide to text your guy best friend just to get him jealous. Yeah. Some of you have done this. Some of you have done this, and bravo. No, I'm joking. Don't do that. Work it out. Work it out. So, check this out. There's 2 reasons people will date. 2 reasons that 2 people, a guy and a girl, who are going to choose to say, hey, I like you. I think you like me. Let's do this. Like, let's go to McDonald's. Let's send each other messages on Facebook every day, because that would be fun. You know what? Let's invite each other to play Farmville together. Because what better way to date someone than to play Farmville together? Come on. My goodness, it's awesome. Okay, here's the 2 reasons. 2 reasons people will date is this. Dun, 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 dun. They will say, I need you to make my life better, or I want to make your life better. 2 reasons people will date. First reason is this. Someone who says, I need you to make my life better. I need you to complete me. I need you to fill the void I have inside of my life. I need you to complete me. I need you to fill the gap that I'm just too lazy to fill myself. Or the other one is this. I want to date you because I want to make your life the best it can be. 2 very different scenarios, 2 very different angles of looking at dating. You know what? The first one where you say, I need you to make my life better, you guys know where that one ends up? Whew, not fun. That's that bottom of the toilet sinker relationship that's going to happen to you. Okay? When a person who needs another person to make their life better, so I don't know if you know anyone like this, maybe this is you, but you date people because you want them to make your life better. You want them to make you happier, to complete you. Anytime that happens, you have started a ticking time bomb that's only going to end in disappointment, failure, and heartbreak. Anytime a relationship begins with at least one person in it to make their own life better, not going to last. It won't. Unless something drastically changes, it will not last. Here's a question that a lot of teenagers think about, and I thought about this when I was in high school and liking girls. How far is too far? I mean, come on, Jeremy. What's the big deal? Does it really matter if I go that far? I mean, like, we're not having sex. Like, we're not doing that. So how far is too far, really? We're going to talk about that our week on sex. So hold your breath. In a couple weeks, we're going to answer that question, and it might surprise you. Now, the next question a lot of people ask is, what's the big deal? Like, I'm not going to marry them. There's this really cool girl, and she's awesome. We love hanging out, but she's not a Christian. It's okay if I date her, right? We probably won't get married. Here's what it says. 2 Corinthians 16:4 says, do not be bound together with unbelievers. Okay? Now, I don't know a lot of Greek or interpretation of that kind of stuff, but here's what I did in my research this week. Okay? The word for bound together right there is actually the word, I literally had to Google a pronunciation website and type this in to figure out how to pronounce it. Here's how you pronounce it. You guys got a guess? Heterozygotes. Heterozygotes. Without the Spanish accent. Heterozygotes. It's weird. You should have been in Kenya with me. That's all I'm going to say. So bound together is the Greek word heterozygotes, which means unequally yoked. For example, in Deuteronomy it talks about this. It says, you should not plow with an ox and a donkey together. Okay, it's the same context. So it says a farmer shouldn't go out with his plow and hook up an oxen and a donkey together and expect them to plow his field. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? One's going to be stronger than the other. One's going to get ahead, one's going to fall behind. One's going to be going with all their heart, soul, and strength. One's going to be going about halfway. That's what happens when you get into a relationship with someone who's not a Christian. You're pulling one direction, they're holding back. You're going all out, they're putting on the brakes. Okay? So that's what happens when you're in an unequally yoked relationship. It does not work. Okay? It's not a sin to hang out with someone who's not a Christian. It's not a sin to have attractional feelings for someone who's not a Christian. It's not a sin to maybe even go on a couple of dates with someone who's not a Christian. But it is extremely dangerous to your faith. It's extremely dangerous to the legacy that you want to live with your life. Because if you do end up falling in love, making that choice to commit your life to that with an unbeliever. Which you guys know, when you're dating and when you're having all those emotional feelings, it's a pretty slippery slope. Sometimes it's hard to hold back those emotions once you let yourself go there. Okay? So it's just dangerous to get involved with that. Because before you know it, you can end up being an ox pulling a donkey behind you. Don't do that. There's a reason God says not to do it. Okay? And sometimes you just have to trust. You say, God, I don't know why this girl's so awesome, and she's so incredible, and we like have everything in common, and she's so beautiful, and she's perfect, and she's everything I want. She's not a Christian. And you just go, okay, God, I don't get it, I don't understand it, but I trust you, God, that you say that you're going to bring me the right person, the right time. I'm not going to jump ship. I'm going to wait on your timing, God. I'm going to wait for you to bring me the person that actually meets every check mark I want to check off my list. Okay? Which is what did we say last week? Never apologize for lowering your standards. People who really want to be in your life will what? People who really want to be in your life will rise to meet your standards where you set them. Sometimes you just have to say, God, I trust you. Sometimes you even got to say, Mom, Dad, I trust your advice in this situation. Not fun to do sometimes. There's a girl I wanted to date in high school. I really wanted to date her. And my mom and dad took me out one night to supper, and they sat me down and they said, Jeremy, don't date her. It was a little bit more forceful than that. I still have this little scar right here. No, I'm joking. Where the fork went. But my parents said, Jeremy, we don't want you to date her. We believe there's something better for you. We believe that if you just wait, you won't regret it. And I don't. Because I was 18, 17, we could have fallen in love and gotten married. Never would have met the girl that God had waiting for me. Love you, babe. So, anyway, I wanted to show you guys something tonight. There's a story in the Bible of Ruth and Boaz, okay? And you guys check out in Ruth 1 and 2. We're running short on time tonight. I want you guys to maybe go read that this week, because when we get to the next week in a couple weeks, we're going to be finishing up the second half of that. So read Ruth 1 and 2, the story of Boaz and Ruth. What kind of happens, I'll give you guys a short rundown of it, is this. Ruth had a mother-in-law named Naomi. Her husband died. Naomi's, which was her mother-in-law, her husband died. They go back. They move in to where she used to live. Ruth is out in the field one day gathering wheat to supply for her family, and she meets this guy named Boaz. Boaz is just stunned with her, and hear about this, guys. Ruth, let's see, where was I? There we go. Guys, here's what I want you to look for in a lady, okay? Because this is what Ruth shows if you guys read Ruth 1 and 2. This is what you want to look for in a girl. Someone who possesses these attributes. Number one, you want to find a girl who exhibits faithfulness. You also want to find a girl who exhibits a gracious, thankful attitude, who has a strong determination to love all. And last but not least, you want to find a girl whose love for God, her love for God above her love for you. You want to find a girl that would literally tell you to your face, I love you, but I love this other guy way more than you. His name's Jesus. That's okay. You guys, that's okay. They can love someone else more than you. Guys, here's another picture I want to show you guys. Protect her like a daughter, love her like a wife, and respect her like your mother. Yeah, there you go. So girls, I want to tell you what to look for in a guy. This is what Boaz had. This is what Boaz was. Okay, first off, girls, Boaz had a job. Okay? Girls, if you're looking to date someone who doesn't have a job, stop. He doesn't have a job. He's not ready to take care of you. He's not ready. He's not ready for the responsibility. He can't hold down a job. He can't hold down a girlfriend. Okay? He's not going to be able to stick with it. It's a commitment issue. Okay? And if your boyfriend's not old enough to have a job, well, then he's not old enough to date you. So make sure he has a job. Secondly, find a guy who has strong, honorable reputation. It's huge. This is what Boaz had. Thirdly, he has godly character. Fourthly, He has a direction and goals for his life. Girls, you find a guy who has those 4 things all working together, and he loves God more than he loves you, you are setting yourself up for an incredible relationship if you're doing the same thing. It's got to be give and take. It's got to be even. This was the beginning of a relationship where both people had a goal, and both Ruth and Boaz had the goal of saying, I want to make your life better. They both had that commitment. I want to make your life the best it can be, and they did that. Here's a quote. I want you guys, man, if you can write this down, you can remember this one. This here is incredible. Never let a relationship make you become something you are not, because the truth is, when it's over, they may never regret losing you, but you will always regret losing yourself. Never let a relationship make you become something you are not, because the truth is, when it's over, they may never regret losing you, but you will always regret losing yourself. Guys, I'm going to need some help. I need 7 guys to come up. This is the last thing we're going to do. I'm going to send you just to a small group for about 7 minutes. I need 7 guys real quickly. Chris, Richie, Sheldon, Joey, Scott, Kent, Tyler. That's my 7. Guys, just jump up on stage real quickly. If you guys want to, just stand around the line right here. Guys, I want to show you guys something tonight that I've been thinking about ever since I started this dating series, or this talk. Here's what we're going to do. There's this girl. Okay, I'm going to tell you a story. I want you guys to just track with me through this whole story. Then I'm going to send you to small groups real quickly. Okay? There's this girl named Jessie. And Jessie is in middle school. And Jessie meets this awesome guy. And she says, he's so awesome. We just have so much fun together. So Jessie says, you know what? I can trust him. So she gives her trust to this guy in middle school, and she trusts him with everything. She's like, I trust you. And they're just great friends. She gave her trust to this guy in middle school. Jessie later then, in between middle school, high school, summer, she meets another guy. And sparks fly. It's the heat of the summer. They're out at the fair, and they're on one of the rides, and he just leans over and gets the first kiss.
Yeah, you did.
So Jessie had her first kiss with this guy between middle school and high school. Not the same guy. Not the same guy. You guys can see where this is going. Richie, and he's, sorry, dude. I'm sorry. Later on, freshman year, Jessie transfers schools, meets another guy. And she's kind of feeling, a little lonely, a little insecure. And so she thinks, if I just have someone close to my life, it'll help me out. So she ends up meeting this new guy, and she just gives him all of her secrets. And she just tells him everything. And man, he burns her good. Turns her back on him. Kind of betrays him. This is not you, Chris. It ends up not being until junior year, because she's been burnt, and she took 2 years to recover, and she's like, okay, I'm ready to give this guy thing a try again, and I'm ready to trust someone, ready to be there. And so, for the first time, she says, I give you my heart. As a junior in high school. And it doesn't last, because the guy's purpose was this. Yeah, I'm trying to get some. And she said, yeah. Stay with me, guys. Stay with me. So she graduates high school, all these different experiences, 4 different dating relationships, 4 different guys so far. She gets to sophomore year of college, and she meets a guy, and things go well. And well, then her body starts getting involved, and it's not just a kiss. This is serious. It's not just a kiss anymore. It's intense. And she thinks this is it. She's, I'm getting married. It doesn't happen. Hearts get broken. People cry. You live with scars. You live with wounds. You live with some regrets. Then she meets another guy, and she says, maybe if I go all the way. Maybe if I go all the way. You guys, it's not really funny. Hey, guys, it's not funny because this actually breaks people's lives. It's not funny because this ruins guys and girls. Because this is actually what happens. Starts off in middle school, we're like, oh, it's just a kiss. It's just sharing secrets. It's just giving them my heart for a little bit. It's just part of my body. Until Jessie is 23 years old, and she looks back at every guy that she's given something to, and she goes, why? I don't even talk to these 6 guys anymore. I don't even know them. I don't want to know. I don't want to be around them. They're jerks. And then she meets this guy, and I want you guys to just be quiet and listen. She meets this guy and decides to get married. And on her wedding day, no joke, because this will happen to you. You'll think back, and you'll remember each one of these guys. Or guys, you're going to think back and you remember each one of these girls. You'll remember your first kiss. You'll remember the first girl who broke your heart. You'll remember the first time you did things with someone that you wish you could change now as you're getting married. My goal is for you is that as many of these experiences as possible, the trust, your first kiss, your secrets, your heart, your body, and your sex for the first time would be spent with this person. With this person. Not spread out over 7 people. Not spread out over 7 relationships that lasted a couple months each. That your first would be with this person. Because that is something that you will never lose. Something you'll never lose. I'm going to pray for you guys and send you out to small groups. Dear God, thank you so much for tonight. God, thank you for this topic of dating. And God, how incredible and awesome it can be when we do it the right way and we honor you and we honor the person we're dating. We honor our parents and all the choices. God, I pray right now for every guy and a girl who's, no matter how far down this line they've gone already, no matter how many things they've given to people who they probably won't marry, that today they start saving. They start saving for that person that's going to be there forever. God, that they would live a life of holiness and purity, and that you would walk beside them every step of the way, God. In your name, amen.
Thank you for listening to today's podcast. For more information, please go to victorychurch.ws or download our free app on iOS and Android devices. It's absolutely free, so pick it up. We'll see you next week.